Hello to everyone. Today we are going to discuss the management part of the ruptured ectopic pregnancy. So, in first, patient comes with the presenting complaint of the UPT positive, lower abdominal pain, and vaginal bleeding. Then go for the history and physical examination, and patient will be hemodynamically unstable. Then presumptive rupture tubal ectopic pregnancy is the diagnosis, and if this is the diagnosis, then we have to go to immediate surgical consultation or treatment. The investigations, first we will go blood grouping, cross matching, complete blood count with hemoglobin, and immediate lab prot. The surgical treatment, third ectopic. Now, what are the indications for the surgical treatment? Patient not a suitable candidate for the medical therapy. Medical therapy has failed. Patient is hemodynamically unstable and needs immediate treatment. Preoperative evaluation. Optimal surgical management of an ectopic pregnancy depend on several factors: age of patient, history, and desire for further fertility. History of previous ectopic pregnancy, condition of ipsilateral tube, that is, it may be ruptured or unruptured, condition of contralateral tube, is there any adhesions or tubal occlusions, size of pregnancy, location of pregnancy, and presence of the confounding complications. Now, the ectopic pregnancy, we first go for resuscitation and laparotomy. Resuscitation: set up a drip immediately with saline or dextran. Take blood for grouping and cross matching. Anti-shock treatment. Anti-shock measures are to be taken urgently with simultaneous preparation for urgent laparotomy. Ringer solution is started initially. 1 liter can be given in 30 minutes. Arrangement is made for blood transfusion. Even if blood is not available, laparotomy is to be done desperately. Cross monitoring of the vital signs is essential. After making sure that airway is open, 6 to 8 liter of oxygen per minute is given by mask or nasal catheter. Now, the part is the laparotomy. Surgical therapy may be provided either by open laparotomy or via laparoscopic route. Indication for the laparotomy: patient hemodynamically unstable, laparoscopic contraindicated, evidence of the rupture. Now, the principle is quick in and quick out. This is the principle. Steps: abdomen is opened by infra-umbilical longitudinal incision, cleared away the blood, grasp the uterus, draw it up under vision. Tubes and ovaries of both sides are quickly inspected to find the offending site. Salpingectomy is the definitive surgery. Excise the affected tube, send for histological exam. So, what is the salpingectomy? Surgical removal of one or both fallopian tube is known as the salpingectomy. It is done when ectopic pregnancy has ruptured, hemorrhage continues after salpingotomy, future fertility is not desired. There is two type: total and partial. Total salpingectomy can be achieved by progressively coagulating and cutting the mesosalpinx, starting from the fimbriated end and advancing towards the proximal ischemic portion of the tube. At this point, the tube is separated from uterus by coagulating and excising with scissors or laser. In open technique, clamp the tube between the uterus and the ectopic pregnancy. Cut the pedicle free and ligate the pedicle. Continue to clamp, cut, and ligate the mesosalpinx until the tube is free and can be removed. In laparoscopic technique, desiccate the tube between the uterus and ectopic pregnancy using bipolar cautery. Compress and desiccate the tubo-ovarian artery while preserving the utero-ovarian artery and ligament. Cut along the desiccated part closer to the specimen, leaving the pedicel for hemostasis. Repeat until the tube is free and can be removed. Wow, what is the partial salpingectomy? Now, the segmental tubal resection is performed by grasping the tube at the proximal and distal border of the segment of the tube containing the gestation and coagulating thoroughly from the anti-mesenteric border of the mesosalpinx. This portion of the tube is then excised. The underlying mesosalpinx is also coagulated and excised. In open technique, place a clamp through a avascular area in mesosalpinx. Under the ectopic pregnancy, this creates a space through which two free ties are placed. Tie the free ties around the tube on each side of the ectopic pregnancy. Cut free and remove the isolated portion of the tube containing the ectopic pregnancy. In laparoscopic technique, perform bipolar desiccation across the tube on both sides of the ectopic pregnancy. Divide the tube at the site of desiccation. The mesosalpinx under the ectopic pregnancy can then be either desiccated or ligated with an endoscopic loop and remove the product of conception. Now, the post-operative care. Proper pain control, hemodynamic stability, monitor her urine output. Patient who were in shock or had to receive blood generally require a longer post-operative observation period. Long-term monitoring is done after surgical incision of ectopic gestation by weekly monitoring of quantitative beta HCG level until it is zero to ensure the treatment is complete. The complications. It can be intraoperative or postoperative. During intraoperative means during operation. So these are the hemorrhage, visceral injury, anesthetic hazards, atelectasis, pulmonary edema, embolism. Post-operative complications may be immediate, late, or remote. Post-operative complications we are going to discuss one by one. Immediate, it may be bleeding, hypovolemia, anesthetic hazard. Late, it may be infection, fever, hemorrhage, primary or secondary. Remote complications can be chronic pelvic pain, incisional hernia, bilateral salpingotomy resulting in infertility, chronic ectopic pregnancy. All cases of chronic or suspected ectopic are to be admitted as an emergency. The patient is kept under observation, investigations are done, and the patient is put up for laparotomy at the earliest convenient time. Usually, a pelvic hematocele is found, blood clots are removed, defected tube is identified, and the salpingectomy is commonly done.